Alright guys, we're back. We have a treat. Today, we're playing some Nemesis. On RPD as well. So it's just a double whammy of awesome today. I did switch up the build a little bit, so I went for Pain Res, Jolt, Corrupt Intervention, and Nowhere to Hide. I usually run Deadlock, but this time I switched it up and decided to go for Pain Resonance for a little bit more gen progression to keep us in the game. So that's just pretty cool. I might actually, I was considering swapping Nowhere to Hide. Oh, my zombies, man. They just did great work there. He did great work body blocking that door for me. That was fantastic. And we got 2 infections on him as well. So he's just kind of out in the open. He has nowhere to really go here. I pushed my stick way too hard there. But then he started like running to the side. So I was like, I got it. So we just knocked him straight to the ground. So they vaulted in to try to blind me, but the blinders blinded them from blinding me because they're blinders and they can't go through the blinds to try to blind me. It actually stopped them from blinding me. So we're gonna go ahead and follow the rest. The other person was infected here. I was hoping it'd be somebody else who wasn't infected so I could try to raise up my level, but unfortunately we didn't get that. But she's just kind of mind gaming herself. Like she started swerving, wiggling. I'm like, all right, I'll just take my M1. Like if I get stunned, I'll just get a free pallet out of it. Because at 5 gens, you want to get rid of pallets and you want to be efficient with your chases. She hesitated there for some reason, so we took advantage of that, and then we punched her to the ground. And we go ahead and pick her up. They're leaving their teammate on the hook for quite some time, so that's actually good for me. We're going to go ahead and hook her there, and then my zombie here, you know, being a real one, just staying close by. We're going to go ahead and follow our scratch marks here. We're just going to ignore him because he's actually not injured, and we're not worried about him. We noticed some blood here, so we want to go after the guy who's injured. It's much easier to do that. Now, I will mention, like, I haven't played Dead by Daylight in over, like, a week or so. So this gameplay was recorded the same day that I'm recording it. I mean, being posted the same day that I recorded it. So, and obviously, Nemesis is one of my mains. I really do enjoy playing Nemesis. I don't know if you noticed a little mind game there, but it's one of my... one you may not see too often, but I did mind game that, really threw him off. This guy already, you know, used the Scourge charge. So I wanted to put him toward the middle, so I didn't. So in case he does give up on hook, I didn't want to get rid of my Scourge. So we're just gonna put him in the middle of the map there. We notice the scratch marks at the back there. They're just trying to get the chase. It's not gonna work. I'm not gonna chase that far away because the gens that are near me are the ones that are getting done. As you can see, that one's regressing, and I have a hook here as well, so I don't really have to leave the area. So all we're pretty much doing is just waiting for somebody to go for the save here. We see like different areas of scratch marks, so we're just trying to see where they're going. We're just taking a look at the gen, just trying to see where they come from, and we can try to stop them from where they are. But ideally, we want to try to get them out the game as soon as possible. But we do see Dwight there, so we want to at least try to push him off the gen. We're gonna like try to walk away from there, and then we're gonna go ahead and try to hit with the tentacle there to raise up our infection while simultaneously getting a hit. Normally at level 1 I would recommend hitting them at, when they're not infected at all, but in that situation I figured it'd be much more effective to get the hit and a little bit more of an infection. I figured that he would try to camp that pallet. He did mess up there. I forgot I had level 1, so that kind of had a little bit delay there. So I was gonna just break chase, break that pallet, and go straight to the middle area because Classic Survivor, they're gonna just touch the nearest gen instead of trying to spread them out. So from that alone, I was like, okay, so we're dealing with a greedy Survivor that's just being illogical and dumb, you know, plain and simple as they usually are. He's just kind of running around. He really does not want to use that pallet for some reason. I just figured I'd stay on him because they're gonna have to most likely heal themselves or use the vaccine, so we're gonna go for the same mind game here. Now the thing when I mind game, if I'm being honest, I don't even know like my own mind game. I'm surprised it didn't hit. But what I like to describe my mind games as, I literally just do something over and over and I don't really think about the outcome as that much. So the mind game sort of mind games myself because I'm like, I don't even know when I'm gonna like go for the thing. I just kind of go off of what feels right. So he decides to camp the pallet there. It almost looked like he went to the next doorway there, but I guess he somehow got clipped and was able to drop it. But I wanted the pallet out of the way anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and kick this generator. I already saw her up top. You know, you already see her up there, just wasting time. But I didn't see anybody else. So I was like, okay, so we're just gonna try to push them out that way. It seems like they just ran to tap the gen like a moron. Yeah, they tend to, classic survivors, they tend to do very dumb decisions. They should have just kept running or done something else instead of trying to put themselves in the open like that. So we notice the zombies chasing somebody around that area, so at least one of them is being occupied for just a smidgen, and we have some extra information. And then we also can make our way up the stairs and get the hit here. I don't know why they went for that. They should have just ran to the library, honestly. And I could have gotten a pallet out of it, so I still win. But I got the hit, and we're just going to go ahead and keep following them around. We notice that they're pre-dropping. We're just going to go around the other way so that we can force them toward the area with no pallet. And it's exactly what they did because the zombie, I noticed the zombie, quick thinking, the zombie was there. So we're going to use them to help us zone. So they're going to vault, but they pretty much have nowhere to go. So I just hit 3 gens with Jolt. Which is fantastic. A lot of gens were really getting, are really going at the same time. We just could not make any scourges from this particular area, so we're just gonna use the hook here to try to force them off the gens again. But they're on second state, which is fantastic. I do have to unfortunately hit them, but it does raise my infection. I had to hurry because this gen sounded like it was really ready to go, and I lost like multiple gens all at the same time. We did see him go into a locker like a moron, which is fantastic. This was the play that I needed, which is fantastic. That just goes to show you the value of nowhere to hide on Nemesis and stuff like that. And Jolt as well, surprisingly. But it really depends on your playstyle. I tend to try to use a lot of M1s if I can. Because obviously, you know, nowhere to hide value, but also... just, you know, sometimes you get survivors that are pretty good at dodging the tentacle. I think the zombie actually got the hit there. So we're able to just keep following. I figured I'm just going to go the other way and try to go back to the hook because I realized I'm at 2 gens and there's that 1 gen that was ready to go. I'm still at level 1, which is completely fine. We're just going to go here. We're kind of zoning them out. We realized, okay, so this one's pretty much on death hook. We can go after her. She's just kind of holding W. The other ones are going to have to go save him. But ideally, we need to get somebody out the game. I don't even try lunging there. I just know that the game's just going to cheat and say I didn't get it. I guess they had off the record. At the time, I guess I didn't really notice. But we did get a free pallet out of the chase, so we take care of that. And then we can go and make our way toward the person who was hooked. But because we don't see... where they're going. I've just figured I still stayed on the person actually. But we're gonna go kick it for nowhere to hide. So you know somebody's over there. Somebody's using the vaccine. So we're just gonna try to zone that guy over there because he's just camping like a clown. Like I've said before, survivors do not make smart decisions, and that's most of the time. So it only benefits you, and you have to keep in mind that they're going to do dumb things like that, and you have to be quick to be ready for that. The zombies is helping zone there. I didn't want to actually hit the zombie there, but we want to push her that way. So she does get the stun there, but that also forces her to go toward me. So we get the free grab. Unfortunately, the gen does get done because, of course, they were camping in that area. But we do also want to get this person out of the game. I didn't want to waste a Scourge Hook because I think, which I didn't remember at the time if I had used a Scourge Hook or not on that person, but I just was like, I just got to quickly get them out the game anyway. We're at 1 gen, and this is where... you know, the game does slow down quite a bit, but it's also in the pursuit of getting the W. Because, of course, I'm not going to sit here and lose for no reason. I'm going to fight, you know, to win if I can. And if I still lose, fine, so be it. But at the end of the day, at least you know you fought the good fight. So, with that being said, which we have some downtime in the video, so I'll mention if you guys want to see any other horror-related content. I have games like Resident Evil in mind, or like Cult of the Lamb. You know, just other, you know, more like Graveyard Keeper would be interesting. I want to do like little, you know, other types of games that are horror related. Like maybe The Evil Within, you know, just stuff like that. add a little variety to the channel, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, you know, obviously Dead by Daylight can be fun, and it's cool to see my commentaries all here and there, and it's cool for me to make them and stuff like that. I think I became a better player because I actually haven't played in a week, and I actually played quite well today. Because I've recorded this gameplay the same day that I'm posting it, and you'll see the rest of the gameplays over the course of the week. But yeah, like I do want to have a little variety for you guys. I was also considering playing the original Dead Island 1 and 2, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to do something with that. I think that'd be really fun. You know, just overall so we can just get some more variety. Because, as I've said before, like, Dead by Daylight can get stale, but also I don't want you guys to get bored of the same Dead by Daylight content, you know what I'm saying? We want to put up other things that are a bit more fun, so I'm just trying to ask you guys, the viewers, like, what do you want to see? You know what I'm saying? So that we get more people on that. So as you're gonna see here, I fake like that I don't see him there. I like to do that when they're standing somewhere, when I have nowhere to hide active. I'll just look away, but I'll slowly walk toward them. Yeah, so the pallet there is broken, and then I think the pallet in the gun locker room is broken as well. So we're in this evidence room that doesn't have a pallet either. So he does have this area here with I guess it's like a cafeteria or something like that, some kind of break room, who knows. He goes back to the gun locker. I somehow didn't get the swing, unfortunately, but we're still going to follow him this way. The pallet is very weak. He does make a mistake there. We knock him straight down, and then we can pick him right up and put him onto the hook. I figured that I would either have a choice of putting him in the basement or putting him on the hook outside. I think either one would have been completely fine, but I figured this one was a little bit faster. Because he is on second state as well, so that also forces somebody to get off of their generator to go ahead and go for the save. We see the zombie actually kind of pointing somebody out over there. We also noticed the gen down there was hit with Jolt, and then we know it's still regressing, so and the zombie is pointing at somebody else, so I just figured I'll let the zombie take care of it. I'm going to go focus on the generator because we only have one left. We have to really be on our A game here, so we noticed that they're running away. We're going to get nowhere to hide value. We're going to see where he's going, and with nowhere to hide, once again getting me great value because now we're seeing that where they're going to go. I do have level 1 here. He does run all the way around the wall. I guess he doesn't know that I don't have tier 2 or anything like that. But now I do because he made that mistake, and because of that, my zombie once again was in the perfect place for me. So I'm glad that they did that. If you guys didn't know, that the zombies will actually be notified by stuff like discordance, or if a survivor messes up a skill check or makes a vault. And, like, I don't know if they make a vault, but stuff like that, like notifications like those, or like unhooks, I know that the zombies will be attracted to those noises and start going to that direction. Alright, so I just figured I'll just hook him right here. I wanted to use a Scourge, but I just didn't have one, but he's also dead on hook. So that completely pushes it to our side. The other gen is regressing, and we have a zombie here pointing at where the next person is. So we kind of know where to go. I went to look to the left here, but I didn't see any scratch marks, so I guess they were somehow able to not leave any scratch marks there. But we see them up ahead, so we go ahead and follow them. But like I said before, if you guys want to see some Resident Evil, especially because we do have Nemesis here, and he is one of my favorite killers to play as. I thought I would get the swing there. I thought I was able to get the flick, but I did not. Nemesis is not really for flicks, from what I'm used to at least. Maybe he can if you're good enough, but I just don't really tend to get the flicks. I get rid of that pallet in the King statue room. The zombie does get the infection there, which is fantastic, and I have level 2. I was like, alright, well, let me let the zombie once again control that area. I'll go around toward the middle and go from the doorway. So he has a choice between going from that side to the other side. If he's noticed a gen has like a 5% progress. I'll just kick it anyway, just so we get some nowhere to hide. We don't really see anybody. We're gonna make our way over because now the zombie's pointing at him again, so we kind of can guess where they're gonna go. Because I play this map so much, and because it is my favorite map, I do have that knowledge. So I kind of predict where they're gonna go before they even go there. So I'm able to. Okay, so they left the gen there to regress. Bad play on their part. If I'm being honest, you know. Now the zombie's pointing at another survivor. But yeah, like I said before, yeah, if you want to see some Resident Evil, want to see some other horror, I did see the guy in the doorway over there. I just didn't know where he went because like there wasn't any scratch marks. He was like there wasn't any noise. I tried nowhere to hide, didn't see anything. I thought maybe the lockers, but then I'm like, if he ran that way, it would have to be a scratch mark. So it was just weird. I don't really know how he managed to disappear like that. I quickly just checked the locker, but I was like, I can't really waste time. That other gen does have a lot of progress, so I'm just gonna make my way over. We do see the scratch marks, so it was probably to Dwight. Maybe he was hiding in a corner or something, which even then, nowhere to hide would have activated. So I'm actually kind of confused by that. So I just let him run off. They went to do the vaccine, so now we know where they are, but we're just trying to stay within our little 3-gen area here. But yeah, if you guys are watching, like I said, leave a suggestion. Like I said, you know, before, if you've been paying attention, I'm just gonna let the zombie just kind of pass. We want to see that they're kind of hiding back here for some reason. So we're just gonna go ahead and follow him all the way around here, around the little bodies on the ground. We're gonna go and probably just go for the M1 here because we don't really need to go for the tentacle swipe. Tier 2 is, I would think, good enough, and now he's running straight toward my zombie again, so he can't use the courtyard. So we're just gonna go ahead and continue to follow him. This area doesn't have a pallet anymore. So, and then this other area doesn't have a pallet anymore. So he goes down. I went to look around just to see if they maybe were on the gen, but it doesn't seem like it. So I just was like, I'm just gonna go for the hook here and just call it a day. So we just hook them, boom, they're dead, and then we just go toward the middle of the map so we can try to see where it spawns. Because there's about 3 spots that the hatch is gonna spawn, which is the middle area. That other side with the Welcome Leon sign, and the other side with the gate gen. So the hatch spawned on the little side there. We close it, and then from here, this is important because we just check it. They're like, oh, we don't see any scratch marks, whatever. We go ahead and check the back gen. The pathing I take, I know some people may struggle with the path you take to the guard of both of these doors. If you go from this staircase on this particular variation of the map, you just go from up the stairs to down the stairs halfway, and then you just go from down the stairs, check, go up the stairs, then you go down halfway, and then you just keep doing that so you can get the full view of the door. Because a zombie did come by here, he's helping me point out. He's like, it's over here, man, and I'm like, all right, cool. He just lets the pallet go. We get the infection here. We get a little bit of extra blood points. Why not? And also will help if the zombie's there too. So it's actually a good idea to have the infection. The scratch marks almost look like they went into that door, but I was like, there's nothing else there. He just goes back up the stairs. And he's running right back to my zombie's arms again, so he gets slapped up. I have to hit the zombie, unfortunately. So as you can see, you know, now he's groveling, begging for his life. I did miss the swing, unfortunately. You know, he wants to give a gift. I'm like, yes, yes, yes. No, 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 no. Like that JoJo meme. Yeah, so I you know, I had to do it to him. You're not gonna start begging for your life. So it's just, come on. It's unsightly. So we're just gonna go ahead and take him out. If you made it this far, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. Comment if you want to see like another killer of some kind, or like other non-DVD related content, horror stuff, you know. And if you want to see more commentaries like these, you know what I'm saying, do all the YouTube stuff, you know, share it, you know, notification bell, I guess. You know, do all the YouTube stuff, I guess, if you want to support. So yeah. Oh, and then if you're watching this, the Ghostface guide is coming. It's gonna be like the 300 subscriber special. Just need a little time to get some footage and whatnot, but you know, you guys will get that guide. Thank you guys for watching.